ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्परम् नमः श्रीशङ्करानन्द गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोह ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे In the Dvitiya Adhyaya, we have seen the Panchabhuta Viveka. Prior to that, we have covered also the first chapter, which was Tattva Viveka. Coming closer to home, where we are strongly identified with is the Panchakoshas, 5 layers, so to say. Kosha means sheath. Just like an iron sword usually is kept in a sheath made out of animal skin to protect it from the temperature, and that is why it's called kosha, covering. And it is for us to figuratively understand that the Atman is as though covered with the layers of Maya Krita Panchakoshaha. The Maya created 5 layers of the personality. And anything that is covered is said to be hidden. Guhahidam Gahvareshtam, it is said in the Upanishad. Ramana Maharshi says, Hridaya Guhara Madhye Kevalam Brahmamatram. Guhyad Guhyatamam Jnanam. Bhagavad Gita. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, also in Bhagavad Gita. But the word Guha is cave, or something which is hidden. Hidden is become Guda. Guh becomes Guda. Guh is to cover or to hide. Guda. Guda is hidden. Gupta is also hidden only. I do not know those people who have last name Guptas. I don't know what they are hiding. But Guda. This Guda in English became God. So he is hidden from our perception. Guda. You can also say Guda means good. Good also. But this as though hidden, he should not understand that as though Bhagavan is or the self is so afraid of everybody else, let me be in the hiding. No. It is not available for our perception, therefore it is considered as hidden. It is like the sun is covered by the clouds. When you say, oh, today the sun is hidden. How can you hide the sun? From our perception, it is not available. That way you should understand. So here, Panchakosha Viveka. As you know, the word Viveka comes from the root word in Sanskrit, which. Which means what? Which one? Which, that way you should remember. Which? This one or that one? In English, you know, which one? So Viveka, the word, it means to discriminate, differentiate, separate. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, it is like that of a rice must be separated from the husk. Vivichya tandulam yatha. That husk is covering the rice. So when you beat that rice, the husk opens up and the rice comes out. In the same way, Atma Anatma Viveka must be done. Because Atman is as though covered by Anatma. Tena idam avrutam. Bhagavan Krishna had given beautifully in Gita. How is it hidden like what? Dhumena vriyate vahnihi yatadarsho malena cha yatol benavrutam garbha tata tenedam avrutam. Like that of smoke covering the fire, dirt covering the mirror, fetus is covered by the womb, so also this is covered by that. What is that? This and that. This Atman covered by that Anatma. Tena idam avrutam. Idam Atma tena ajnanena koshaihi avrutam. Now, interesting thing is, today I just had finished one session, and the satsang is asked, Swamiji, one is real, another is mithya. So how can mithya cover the real? That which is real, can it be covered by that which is unreal, temporary? Is it possible? So my answer to that is mithya satyamiva drishyate. What is mithya? Satyamiti drishyate. It is appearing to be real. That appearing to be real is that which covers the real one. Like a sky which is seen as blue is mithya. Actual color of the sky is what? No, nothing. In other words, gunarahita atma gunavat tishtati. Ruparahita atma rupavat drishyate. So that which does not have a quality or a characteristics appear to have characteristics. No, this point you must make clear in your mind. Yadi tasya gunaha asti atmani. So if the Atman has got its own quality, then another quality cannot cover it, because then it will get mixed up. See? That which does not have any quality alone can be apparently covered by that which has quality. that which does not have a form alone can be covered by something which has a form. है कि नहीं? So Atman is that which is not having any characteristics of which is perceptible characteristics. Therefore, our perceived qualities, whether it is a quality of space as sound, or the air which has sound and touch, the fire which has the sound, touch and form, the water that has sound, touch, form and taste, earth which has sound, touch, form, taste and smell, these characteristics of the Panchabhutas can obscure Atman because it does not have anything. And since it is thus apparently not available to us, therefore it is referred as Guhyam, hidden. So how it can be known? Only by removing the apparent qualities which we come to perceive through the senses. By removing them, we'll know what is that which does not have any one of them. Now another person asked this question, so if it does not have any quality at all, how will we know it is there? It is like I told him, to experience silence, what you should do? Create silence. चलो हम सब बैठ के कुछ देर के लिए साइलेंट को क्रिएट करेंगे, सृष्टि करेंगे. Can you create silence? All that you have to do is shut your foolish mouth and sit. Then you will realize you don't need to do anything. Right? Because silence cannot be created, it's already there, and who does not know silence? When the sound is absent, what is already there is available to you. So I told, Atman is never is unavailable to you. Atma tu satatam praptaha apraptavat avidyaya. Atmabodha says, Atma tu satatam prapta. Self is always available. Apraptavat, as though not there, available. Due to absence of our attention there. We are not available. But Atman is always there. It cannot go anywhere else because it has no other. Everywhere it is there. How can it go anywhere else? कहाँ जाएगा वो? पकड़ के रखेंगे. You don't need to hold him. That is always there. Because of our preoccupation with other things, we are not paying attention to what is. So, Panchakosha Viveka is to slowly remove unwanted layers that are covering. And when you remove all that, what is already there will become self-evident. You don't need to prove, you don't need any other pramana for that. Pramana rahita, aprameya. So with that, we will see here, first verse, chapter 3. Guhahidam brahma yattat panchakosha vivekatah bodhum shakyam tata kosha Panchakam pravivichyate. Guhahidam brahma yattat panchakosha vivekatah bodhum shakyam tadakosha panchakam pravivichyate. Panchakosha vivekatah guhahidam brahma bodhum shakyam. It is possible to know bodhum shakyam. What Brahman? What kind of Brahman is that? Guhahidam Brahma, hidden in the cave. By what? Panchakosha vivekatah, by differentiating it from the five seeds. Tadaha, tasmat, therefore, Panchakosha vivekam, kosha panchakam pravivichyate, is being the difference, discriminating the five koshas is being considered. Panchakosha. Let's understand what are the five sheets. Yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman. In Taittiriya Upanishad it is said, Yo veda, he who knows, nihitam guhayam, hidden in the cave, parame vyoman, in supreme space. Iti shrutya guhahidatvena abhihitam yat brahma asti tat. It is there. It is not that it is not there we are trying to find out. It is not there means why should we try to find out? It is that which is there but not available for our to realize. Guha shabda vachat annamayadi kosha panchaka vivekena jnatum shakyate. It is possible for us to come to realize that presence upon discriminating the five sheets. Tataha tesham koshanam panchakam prakarshena pratyagatmanah sakashat vibhajya pradarsyate ityartah. At the proximity of this Atman alone is all the five are functioning. That needs to be understood. Gurudev used to say, enlivening all of them hidden. Let us say that you are cooking food. Even though you are put on the stove and the vessel and the water and its rice, etc., the rice is getting cooked. And you very clearly know, even though you do not see the real fire, you know by the very fact that the rice is cooked, there should be a fire element there. Without that, it cannot be cooked. In the same way, every part of my body, physical body, is also alive, unlike an inert object. An inert object in front of me, a book or a table or a chair, etc., is different from my hand and the fingers. Why? Here I can feel the life. There it does not have. Meaning, the finger here are alive because it is connected to something which is of nature of consciousness. Indirectly or directly it is connected. This is connected to probably the brain, which is a part of the body. Brain is connected to the invisible mind, mind to intellect, and buddhi is connected to consciousness. So that very presence is felt even at the tip of my finger. So if somebody asks, where is the Paramatma? Here. If you touch, you will find it. It's there. You touch it, here it is. His presence is there, otherwise you will not be able to feel it. So in his presence alone is there. Sakashat vibhajya. Pratyagatmanaha sakashat. In the proximity of this inner self. Why it is guha? Kayam guha yasyayam nihitam brahma kosha pancha vivekena avabuddhyate iti ashankya shutya guha shabdena vivekshidam artamaha. So why it is called hidden, cave, etc.? So that is explained here in the next verse. Dehadabhyantara pranaha pranadabhyantaram manaha tadakarta tato bhokta guha seyam parampara. So this Yam guha. Yam guha. This one is known as guha, cave. Parampara, in succession. How is it in succession? The outermost is visible, that which is behind that is not visible. Dehad abhyantaraha. Dehat, from the body, abhyantaraha, within. So dehad abhyantaraha, within the physical gross body or physical sheath is prana, the vital air. So the vital air, which forms its own sheath known as pranamaya kosha, this pranamaya kosha is not available for perception by the outer one. Therefore, it remains hidden. Do you know air by seeing it? Prana can be seen? No. Heard? No. Smell? No. Taste? No. Touch? Air you know. Prana you would not know. So can you say, oh, see, prana is coming. No, oh, go inside. You don't see it. What you even, many times you don't even know that we are breathing unless we put our, no, I know. But air is not prana. Please don't understand that way. Prana is not just what you breathe through the nose. The entire body is breathing, actually. Entire body is breathing. But we only feel it only in the nose. That's why when you are wearing a cloth should not be worn very tightly, because where you tightly wear the cloth, that part of the body, over a period of time, if you never remove that, it starts shrinking. It losing, the cells to lose their life. Because every portion of the body, every part of the body is breathing. Every pore of the body is breathing. Entire body is breathing. So the cloth should be worn that the texture of the cloth is such that it allows the body to breathe. If you wear a cloth which does not allow the body to breathe, you'll fall sick. The body cannot sustain it for too long. It is like, you take a fruit. You think it has a nose? Who knows? Every plant is breathing. From where is the nose for the plant? Tell me. There is a nose. The entire body of the plant. The whole plant is breathing. Pranyate iti prani. The energy that is coming from external atmosphere to the physical being, it's entirely covering the entire body. It is not a particular part of the body alone that is involved in this. Therefore, gross body cannot comprehend the presence of prana. Why? Abhyantaratvat. It is behind this. Behind means it is hidden. And at the same time, as Gurudev would say, it is that which supports it. Annamaya Kosha is supported by the presence of Pranamaya Kosha. It's not the other way around. You cannot say, prana, yes, supported by Annamaya Kosha. No. It is the Abhyantara Atma in Taittiriya Upanishad. Abhyantara Atma Pranamaya. Annamayat Abhyantara Atma Pranamaya. Pranat Abhyantara Atma Manomaya. So, therefore, Deha Abhyantara Pranaha Pranat Abhyantaram Manaha. मन है तो प्राण भी है. So what leaves the physical body at the time of death is subtle body. Correct. So when subtle body leaves, prana stops. प्राण चल गया. कहाँ गया? प्राण लेके गया. It is not the prana is being carried away by mind. Mind is gone. Prana stops. Because prana cannot sustain without the mind. The mind is abhyantara. Prana abhyantaraha manaha. And with the prana you will not know the mind. With the mind you know the prana. Right? Whether you are, when you are proceeding into a higher elevation, you have less and less of air available, oxygen available, which knows, body reacts. What knows that there is no prana, air there? Mind. People who are having a bronchitis problem, they will know it. Very often when they have struggled to breathe, it is a mind that sends a note, hey, struggle, no air available. You have to, suffer. You have to take a deep breath, or externally some medicine is necessary for you to clear up the lungs. Mind knows the prana's movements. Prana knows the body. Body does not know the prana. Prana does not know the mind. Body definitely does not know the mind. It's one layer apart. So one is hidden from the other's perception. Prana is hidden from the perception of the Deha. Mana is hidden from the perception of the mind. So in this way, tadaha karta tado bhokta. So who is the karta bhokta here? Which is known as the notion of I am the doer, the notion of I am the enjoyer is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. I am so and so. I am doing this. I am doing it for this purpose. This is called agent sheath, otherwise known as intellectual sheath. Who is the karta, bhokta. Then bhokta is what? One who finally enjoys is Anandamaya Kosha. Bhogarupatvat, of the nature of enjoyment. So this way, one of them. So again, intellect knows the mind, mind does not know my intellect. And Anandamaya Kosha is Avidyamaya Kosha, is otherwise known as the Karana Shariram. That is the final guha within which it is said is beyond that which is there to be the Drishta Paramatma. That's in Gita also it is said, Indriyani Paranyahu Indriyebhya Paramanaha Manasastu Parabuddhi Buddhe Atma Mahan Paraha. Buddhe Atma Mahan Paraha. No, not that way. That is in, I'm suddenly went to Kathopanishad. Okay. Indriyebhya Paramanaha Manasastu Parabuddhi Buddhe Paraha Atma. Buddhe Param Atma, is Atman being neuter. So, the Atman is that which is subtler, hidden from even the intellect. We'll come to that a little later. Sa yam parampara. This is the succession of one hidden from the other. Therefore, being hidden, therefore it is referred as Guha. Dehad annamayat pranaha, pranamayaha abhyantaraha antaraha, pranat प्राणमयात मनः मनोमयः अभ्यंतर अंतरः ततः मनोमयात कर्ता विज्ञानमयः आंतरः इति अनुसज्यते ततो विज्ञानमयको मयात भोक्ता आनंदमयः सोपि पूर्वाद अंतरः इत्यर्थः सायम् अन्नमयाद अन्नमयाद आनंदमयांतानां परंपरा गुहा शब्देन उच्यते इत्यर्थः. Okay, Swamiji, this we have learnt even in self-unfoldment itself. What is that newly which is being brought here? So here the third verse says that if you have understood this, let us know now. Analyze, is Deha or the Sthula Shariram, otherwise known as Annamaya Kosha, why it does not qualify to be Atman? Why cannot be Atman? Because any Admi, you ask him, Aap kaun ho? He will say, I am so and so, I am born of so and so, I am son or daughter of so and so. So what he or she would refer oneself as this body only. Correct? If you go to a party and then, how are you? So by the way, meet so and so. By the way, who are you? I am Atman. I am Atman. Maybe in Vedanta party you can do that. There'll be one who nobody needs to introduce anybody because all are Atman only. Anybody who is anatman here, please raise your hand, please. Nobody will raise. How will you introduce yourself? I am. What's your name? I am no name, but I am Satchidanand. So, majority of the people take up physical body alone as oneself, but from Vedanta perspective, physical body does not qualify to be Atman. Why it is so? So it says here in the verse number 3. Verse number 3. पितृभुक्तान्न जात वीर्यात् पितृभुक्तान्न जात वीर्यात् जातोऽन्येनैव वर्धते देहस्सोन्नमयो नात्मा प्राक्चोर्ध्वं तदभावतः पितृभुक्तान्न जात्वीर्यात् जातोऽन्येनैव वर्धते देहसोन्नमयो नात्मा प्राक्चोर्ध्वं तदभावतः. What is this physical body? पितृभोक्त अन्नजात वीर्यात जातः. अन्नजात वीर्यात जातः. जातः born. Born out of what? Viryat. By the semen. Semen born out of what? Food. Food consumed by whom? Parents. Pitrubhukta, Pitrubhuktat, from what is taken in as food by the parents, Tasmat Jata, born out of it is the Virya. Tat Viryat Jataha and body, this body. So Pitrubhukta Jata, Pitrubhukta Anna Jatat Viryat, Annajat Viryat, Jataha. What? This physical body, Annenaiva Vardate. By the food alone, it grows. It is born out of the food. Annat bhutani jayante, annena jivanti. Annat jayante, annena jivanti. Born out of, bodies born out of food. Because of food alone, they sustain. So, deha saha annamayaha. This body is nothing but modification of food. Na Atma, it is not the self. Why? Why? Let it be. Prag cha urdhvam tad abhavatah. Abhavat. Abhavat Panchami. Because it is, before it was not there, after some time it is not going to be there. पहले नहीं था, भविष्य काल में नहीं होगा. That which is not there in the past, that will not be there in the future. How can you consider that as Atman? Because by nature Atman is unchanging, eternal. Body is not eternal. Before it was not there. Later it will not be there. So Abhiji, how long will I live? How long you live? Can you see me great grandchildren? Definitely not. Even your grandchildren, I doubt, with the way you are living. After some time, all of this physical body had to go. Whether you like it or not, want it or not. So this physical body is subject to birth and death. How can that be Atman? Now let me ask this question. There is an inert object there, any object, let us say a pen or this, the book. Can I give life to this book by the physical body? This physical body by itself cannot give consciousness to this book. So this itself is inert. It is as inert as that book. The physical body appears to be alive because of the proximity of the presence of the cell. Other than that, the physical body is as inert as any other object in this world, which has no life. That which is lifeless, how can it be eternal? How can it forever it will remain in the same way? Which was not there in some years back, and it will not be going to be there in the years to come. After some time it will not be there. Prag cha urdhvam tat abhavatah. Prag before, urdhvam later, abhavatah, because it's going to be absent. It's not going to exist. So the first thing we have to let go. Mr. MP, you are going to resign from the cabinet now. What? Because you are not Atman. You are being dismissed. Please go out. You cannot be considered for the Atman Council because you do not qualify to be one. But to qualify, you should be available all the time, but you are available only for a short period of time. So therefore you are dismissed. So deha na atma. Annamaya kosha atma na bhavati. Now, okay, the argument is, here it is given, Pitru bhuktan annajat Matru Pitru Bhuktat Yava Vrihyadi Lakshanat Annajayamanam Yat Viryam Asti Tasmat Viryad Yo Doiha Jataha Yascha Jananantaram Kshiradi Annenaiva Vardate Saha Dehan Namayo Annasya Vikaraha Sa Atmana Bhavati Kutaha Ityataha Pragiti Janmanaha Prag Maranadurdvam Na Tad Abhavataha च तद् अभावतः तस्य देहस्य अभावात् इत्यर्थः विवाद अध्यासितः देह आत्मा न भवति कार्यत्वात् घटादिवत् इति भावः कार्य एव देहः न कारणम् body is an effect of something. Body is coming into effect, is it not? Like Agadavat. Mrid was before, Ghata came out of it. It was not there before. Before it was being made as a pot, it was not pot. After it is broken, it is no more pot. Therefore, pot is a temporary existence. In the same way, the body is a temporary appearance here. It has no absolute reality. For it being absent in the past, it shall be absent in the future as well. But then, what causes the physical body to appear in this present condition right now? What is the reason for that? So it is given here in the 4th verse. Purvajanmanya sannetat Janma sampadayet katham Bhavijanmanya satkarma Nabunjedeha sanchitam Purvajanmanya sannetat Janma sampadayet katham Bhavijanmanya satkarma nabunjiteha sajjitam. Purva Janmani, in the previous birth, it did not exist. In the same body did not exist. Therefore, Purva Janmani idam deham asat. Correct or not? Thank God. The previous birth also I am the same thing. No, it was not there. Purva Janmani asat etat. And Janma, etat, this very body, Janma sampadayet katam. How did it come to be available in this birth now? And the simple premise is, nothing is born out of nothing. If something is born, there must be something to cause it. So this physical body is not coming out of nothing. That's why this Sthula Sharira, when it is defined in Tattva Bodha, Panchikrita Panchamaha Bodhottam Satkarma Janyam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Ayatanam. Satkarma Janyam. Satkarma means does not mean good actions. Satkarma means a positive action. Action that is done. Satkarma Janyam. Shariram Aste Jayate Vaddate Vibranipati Apakshede Vinashyati iti Shat vikaravat tishtati tat stula sharira. So the physical body is an effect. Because it was not there before in the previous birth, it is not having the same body. So this janma sampadayet has been produced. Katham bhavi janmani, also in the future birth also, asat karma na bunjida iha sanjitam. In the future birth, the future birth means that which is going to be after the death of this physical body, it is also not going to be the same body. In the future also, whatever going to be the body is not the same. And without this future body, it cannot enjoy the results of present action. See, all of us engage in action. Not all actions will give result in this birth itself. Many of the rituals are performed for what? Iha janmani va, purva janmani va, bhavita janmani va, bhavishya janmani va, phalam prapyate, iti matva eva karma karodi purushaha. Isn't that? In this birth, Swamiji, I have done all blunders, but I'll do some punya. One joke comes to my mind, please bear it. I'm not a male chauvinist or anything. Okay. Okay, and I'll put a joke in a different way so it'll be easier for you. You don't condemn me. One man was dying and he told his wife, I am dying. I'll meet you in the heaven. So that day onwards, wife started doing all sins. Now see, we have a complete belief that if I do the action in this birth, definitely the result of which will be enjoyed by me. When? Not in this body. Because this body is going to die within another few years. So another body that I am going to get in the next one is a product of this action. Bhavi janmani asat, even though without existing in this physical body, karma na bunjita. He cannot enjoy the result of that action. Iha sanjitam, whatever is accumulated here as punya karma cannot be experienced by next birth with this body. The whole karma theory is because you, the enjoyer, will be there to enjoy the results of your action. Enjoy means experience. Experience the result of your action, no matter which body you take. I mean, accordingly, the results will be shaping up your body to experience it. This is understanding. I am working so hard so that next birth I will become a dog. No, nobody works like that. If I am working so hard to collect punya only to have a better body, or even if I become a dog, I should be born as a dog in only United States. No other country will take care of a dog like this. That to California, where we have insurance for dog also. So, एतद्देह रूपस्वभास्वा आत्मनः पूर्वस्मिन् जन्मनि असत्वात् एतज्जन्म देहवत् दृष्टासंभवे अपि अस्य जन्मनः अपि क्रियमाणत्वात् कृत अभ्यागमः प्रसज्येत. If you say that the body presently what I have got is not a product of karma, Let us put that argument first here. This physical body I came to have without the reason of result of past action. That is the case, then you have to admit that effect is without cause. This is what is known as, technically known as krita abhyagamaha. Krita abhyagamaha. Sorry, akrita abhyagamaha. Sorry. Akrita abhyagamaha. Abhyagamaha means result, effect. Akrita, without being done, effect is seen. And it is logically not possible to accept this statement, an effect comes into being without having any cause. Akrita abhyagamaha. See, one thing we must understand clearly is human beings alone can do karma. That we must first of all recognize. Because कर्म करने के लिए कर्ता होना चाहिए. कर्म करने के लिए कर्ता होना चाहिए. कर्ता कौन बनेगा? कौन बनेगा? करोड़पति नहीं. कर्ता कौन बनेगा? कौन है कर्ता? करोमि इति भावहेत्यस्य अस्ति, वही करता है. मैं कर रहा हूं, मैं ये काम कर रहा हूं, मैं करता हूं. यही एतत् कर्म मया कृतम, अहम करोमि, अहम करिष्यामि इत्यादि. सो कर्म करने के लिए सोचना पड़ेगा क्या कर्म करना है कि नहीं. I am not talking about physical activity alone as karma. Walking and talking is not karma. Eating and sleeping is not karma. Mating and producing is not karma. ये तो हो रहा है प्रकृति के, because of the प्रकृति. ये कर्म करके ये फल मुझे मिलेगा, ऐसा करके वो जो कर्म कर रहा है. By doing this action, planning this action and doing it, I will get this result. In this way, purposefully an action is performed, and that can happen only when a person thinks about why I am doing, what I am doing, for what purpose. It's not instinctive action. So when a person is engaging in action, when one knows the result of this action is not going to be in this physical body, yet he or she engages in action, means such a person knows, even though I am not going to be in this physical body, the same body which I have right now, the action which I am doing will create the body for me to experience it. Without that, you will not do the action. Right? See, even when we do everyday action, don't we have the hope that tomorrow I will be there to enjoy the result? If somebody says tonight that's the last day for you, what karma you will do? अरे बाबा सोचने के क्या समय मिलेगा. So if you are not going to be tomorrow, will you plan for tomorrow? What breakfast tomorrow? Arey Babi, you are not going to be there. What are you asking? So when do I plan for action? When I know that I am going to be there to enjoy the result of that action. Even though I am not going to be in the same physical body. So the physical body is therefore a satkarma janyam, born out of this. So akrita abhyagamaha, this is logical flaw to think that the body came into being without having any cause previously. That is what is called krita abhyagama. Now another one he puts it here is tata bhavi janmani api asya deha rupasya atmanah asatvat. In the next birth also, this physical body is not going to be there. Abhavat iha abhavat abhavat iha anushtidayoho punyapapayoho falabhoktru abhavena bhogamantarena abhi karmakshayah prasajjeta ayam krita vipranashah. If you think that there will not be any next birth caused by the present action, then what happens? This present action will be lost without yielding any result to anybody. This is called krita vipranasha. Krita done, vipranasha destruction. Action without results. Why action? So, akrita abhyagamaha is a logical flaw. Krita vinashaha, that is also a logical flaw. Past action having no result is also logical. I mean, the effect of this physical body is an effect of no action. That is also a logical fallacy. Action performed without yielding result to the person in any form. That is also a logical fallacy. Therefore, it is evident that this physical body that I have is a product of the yesterday's or past janma action, and next birth body also is going to be the product of today's action, which means to say physical bodies are product of karma. Therefore, it is a body is an effect, and that which is an effect cannot be Atman, because it is subject to birth and death. एवं कृतनाश अकृत अभ्यगमा रूप बाधक सद्भावात् आत्मनः कार्यत्वं न अंगीकर्तव्यम् इति भावः. It is the physical body that is subject to experience the result of actions of the past, and therefore the physical body is produced because of the karma and also diminishes at the end of it, and that which is subject to production or coming into effect and subject to diminution at the end of it, end of the result of the actions, cannot be considered as eternal self. Therefore, annamaya kosha अन्नात् जायते अन्नेन वर्धते अन्नेन प्रविलीयते तत् अन्नमय कोशः आत्मा न भवति. It is not the self. So then now takes up pranamaya. So we'll see that in the next class. Next Sunday, you spring forward. You all remember. You lose 1 hour. You jump 1 hour earlier. Jump out of the bed. That is called spring. You spring up out of your bed 1 hour earlier. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayah सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. प्रश्न है?